Are you thinking about buying a home and wondering how much money you actually need? Most buyers focus on the down payment, but what really catches people off guard are closing costs. After helping hundreds of buyers through this process, we've seen how confusing this can be. So in this video, I'm going to break it down simply so you know exactly what to expect. I'm Robin Martin with Premier Home Team, and if you're planning to buy a home, understanding closing costs early can save you a lot of stress later. By the end of this video, you'll know what closing costs actually are, how much you should budget, and how to avoid the biggest surprises. Let's start simple. Closing costs are all the expenses required to finalize your home purchase and officially transfer ownership. They are separate from your down payment. Your down payment is your ownership in the home. Your closing costs are the costs of completing the transaction. These include things like lender fees, title and escrow charges, taxes and government fees, insurance, and prepaid expenses, such as inspections and appraisals. Basically everything happening behind the scenes to get you the keys. Let's talk about the number most people care about. How much are closing costs? In most cases, closing costs are about 5 to 8% of the purchase price. So for example, on a $200,000 house, you're looking at about $10,000 to $16,000. On a $400,000 home, that becomes $20,000 to $32,000. And this is on top of your down payment. A simple planning number is this. If you're putting 3% down, budget about 10% total. Gives you a safer cushion. Now, here's where things get tricky. What impacts your costs? Not every buyer pays the same closing costs. Your total can change based on the lender you choose, property taxes in your area, the location of the property, your loan structure, and prepaid expenses like insurances and taxes. For example, property taxes can vary a lot depending on where you buy, even nearby counties. So two similar homes can still come with very different closing costs. The biggest surprise costs. The biggest surprise we see? Taxes and escrow. At closing, it can feel like you're paying taxes multiple times. But here's what's actually happening. One payment covers future taxes in what is called an escrow account that your lender will pay your future taxes from. The second is part of your total monthly mortgage payment, and one reimburses the seller for taxes that they've already paid for the current year. It looks repetitive, but each of those three serves a different purpose. And this is why reviewing your closing breakdown line by line with your realtor really matters. Loan types and misconceptions. Many buyers think loan types like FHA, VA, or conventional are what changes closing costs the most. But in reality, it's about how much you put down. Lower payments often come with mortgage insurance and additional upfront costs. That doesn't make them bad options. It just means you need to understand the trade-offs and make the decision that's right for you. So now let's talk about how we prepare. The best time to plan for closing costs is before you start touring homes. Buyers who prepare early make more confident buying decisions. They submit stronger offers and they avoid a lot of that last-minute stress. A simple rule to start with, plan for a minimum of 10% of the purchase price total. It's not exact, but it's a strong starting point. One thing that a lot of buyers don't really know is that they can reduce those closing costs. Yeah, you can often reduce closing costs. Some options include first-time homebuyer programs, local or state grants, and seller concessions. And in some cases, these can significantly reduce your upfront costs. But every option has its trade-offs, so it's important to review them carefully with your real estate agent. If you're planning to buy a home and you want a clear estimate of what your closing costs would look like, the next step is simple. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to contact us using the link in the description below. That way, you can move forward with confidence and no surprises.